Where am I at in this equation? What you see is just the after fact. A number of events that occurred last night prior to panicking out and coming to, what? Doesn't work. We smashed the button that normally comes on. The blue light did not come on. I just uploaded some other information. So, I looked for my trusty tester. Finally got that working, by the way. Needed a battery. In the meantime, I was busy going through some slides. And then I arbitrarily tried to find the charger for the cell phone, wireless. Without knowing it, I mashed the button on the connector. And that turned the computer off. But I didn't know that. So now I'm thinking, oh boy, tomorrow, bad weather day, gotta go to the computer guy, gotta go through the change. So I decided to let me back check my trusted little tester. I already had to test some other things. I'm trying to find out something about donated equipment, especially when it gets into the electronic area. This stuff hasn't been used for I don't know for how long. You know what happens to electronics, especially the old ones, that's not embedded. Anyway, so this is the beginning of the research project as I have begun to assemble it. And guess what I found? Looking for that piece that makes everything work. The transformer. Each one of these new electronic pieces have their own proprietary power system. Interconnects, that is. So, this is the beginning of that space in terms of collecting these objects and trying to figure out how to display them. So I've chosen this method. And I come up with the reality that the museum should be a touching museum and a holding museum. So someone can get the actual feel of this equipment. It was kind of interesting. What you see wasn't always what it weighed. Nor what it looked like. You have to wonder, how did these designs come to be a design in terms of the functional object that is imposed to do things? Let me get down into this other interesting space. Do you remember? Do you really remember? I've seen this other thing somebody dropped off on me. Bag full of whatever. Finally got a chance to look last night. Oh boy. Remember that? Anyway, that's how a museum should operate. It's not about anything other than what it used to be. And what it used to be was created out of necessity and then eventually turned into a means of eating, sleeping, and going on vacation. Can you imagine? So most of these objects basically represent a need. And that needed this interesting type of equipment. Check that out. Look at that generation there. All the way to the generation that's actually recording it now. I put this piece together a long time ago. Yeah, that's the guts of what was. So it gets all the way into even the window display. How do you create a window display? I've looked at millions of them. So this is my idea of a window display. Get a nice print window. Famous artist. Front of the gallery way back when. Another interesting scenario. And then one of my favorite real high-end techniques. Check this out. Fill flash. Slow shutter speed. Working. Ooh. And it gets into some early images. And then they have a set of things on display here. I got two elves. Ain't that something? Two elves together. And it gets back down into these other interesting places that used to be. And it's all the way down to the real history. And then I have a little teeny sign there advertising the museum thing. Along with an image I took back in 1964 at the Piazza at the World's Fair. So it works on many different levels here with equipment that's sitting out underneath, some functional, some just for historical sake. And it keeps on working in that direction there. So it's more about that than anything else in terms of what is needed to research all of this stuff here. And what's needed essentially is the computer and some of the early catalogs. This catalog here is from 1968, dealing with the whole photographic industry in terms of what basically goes into supporting it and making it work. This is the beginning and end of the idea of the photochemical process. And you can see how much of a transition was being made in terms of product ideas. Product ideas, as I looked last night, came from this new thing. And this was it. And the people who was on the cutting edge of that was these people here. And who were they? Well, they were major players in the print business. And these are the products they used to get results that they needed in terms of increasing their hold on the market. So there's a lot of competition all the way from the very, I don't need that to something I definitely need to get that today. I need to get ahead of my competition. So in here was the layout and the future. Public color. They were pretty big at the time. I finally went over there and took a look at them. That's the last color that I worked for. Amazing. You see the characters. Real ones. Yeah, I have to get into the people who I came in contact in my ever so growing evolution of this process. Bebel, that's a name. So you can see as I was going through this over many, many years of what do I need, where do I go, what do I do. So for a while I was using this book here. How about this guy here? His name, huh? Can't forget him. So, just skimming through this catalog of need to buy that, you begin to understand how deep this system became. So this was basically the beginning of artificial intelligence in the photographic process realm, I should say. And it's amazing how that transition actually enveloped itself in the digital realm. In the meantime, you had these folks hanging on the top. Good stuff, man. That's when you really knew what you were doing. And then there's these folks. Who are they? What is it all about? Well, come on. Guess what's wrong with this telephone? You don't like close-ups. Anyway, more successful sacrifice. This is my favorite page. I use these here as a reference to the lenses I use and how much the lenses cost so I can make a better deal with the guy in the store. Because most of the time they mark them up at least 20 to 50%. Anyway, so that's what's going on here in terms of the history museum. So this is a basic installation of putting stuff out so people can, most of the time, they pick it up and they look at it. In the other museum is hidden in the vacuum sealed transparent world. Here they can touch the stuff. Touch. This was their favorite object. Pentax. Yeah, I had to buy a Pentax also. I had a Series micro lens that no other camera had. I had to